Hello, my name is James D. Lee, and I am a Warner Brothers Discovery investor. And this week, yes, it is the week of June, it is June 9th. I'm going to be talking to you about, again, Hollywood, what's going on, what kind of stupidity is going on, and what everybody's doing. But first, a little background about myself. I have 30 years business management experience with a very, very good track record. I am also a well known and very beloved horror author with several best selling books. And I am also the distant cousin to the late actor Christopher Lee. So that is a little bit about my background. Now then, let us talk about what's going on with Hollywood. As you know, last week, Warner Brothers had their investors meeting. Now, Warner Brothers investors meeting, and I'm going to show you what if you want to know all the stuff that's going down. Let me just pull it up for you. You can see it. Like I said, I'm not going to hide anything from you guys. Okay. So if you look at this, okay, I'm going to try to do it where you can see it. It's a little bright, so I'm going to try to back it out. But I know it's bright, but I can't show it to you. It is full of emails from Warner Brothers. I mean, I have a lot of emails from Warner Brothers. But just to let you know what it is, last Monday we voted on new board members. We voted on new proxies. We voted on a lot of new stuff. There's people leaving the board. There's people going onto the board. It is a changeover, which that's basically the gist of it. This is not the meeting where I wanted to talk to David Zaslav one-on-one to ask him what kind of stupidity we're doing with certain aspects of the company. That's not going to that did not happen. It was not going to happen at this meeting. Now, what's going on with WBD? First off, WBD's debt. If you didn't know, when Discovery bought Warner Brothers, they took $70 billion basically from AT&T in debt to get Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers was hemorrhaging. They were in so much trouble it wasn't even funny. This is where I came in as an investor. Now, we've gotten it down to 42 billion. That's really good in just 2 years. So David Zaslav, hats off to you on that. Now to the other points. So this week we have House of the Dragon coming out. This is something I was talking about a couple weeks ago when I said we needed something to get people in to watch Max, to watch programming, to watch things. The only problem with House of the Dragon is it's taking too long to go from season 1 to season 2, and we're only going to get 8 to 10 episodes. That's not good. That's bad. A series that I think is the best series of the entire year so far, The Apothecary Diaries, which is an anime. You can find it on Crunchyroll, which is where I watched it, and I also bought it. It's 24 episodes, and it's probably the best series anywhere. Disney ain't got nothing to touch it. Warner Brothers sure as hell doesn't have anything to touch it. Netflix doesn't have anything to touch it. This thing is fantastic. And yes, it has a strong female lead, Disney. Yes, I don't discriminate on leads. When something's well written, it's well written. Even in my horror story, my main character in my horror story, yes, horror story. This horror story right here. This is one of my books right here. Okay, this is one of my books. Female main character. If you do it right, it'll sell. Believe me, I have sold. I've sold over 75,000 copies. I don't know how well it sells. So, that being said, there are aspects of writing bad lead female characters, which we are talking about, again, The Acolyte. But before I get to The Acolyte and Disney and their stupidity, I'm going to stay with Warner Brothers for a minute. You have to have programming to keep people on your streaming service. We don't have that. We have to have it where a series comes out, it goes 24 weeks, then a break of 4 weeks, and we have another series. Not the same series. So say like we have House of Dragons, and I'm just going to make up one, say Flash Gordon. We have 2 different series. House of Dragon runs 24 weeks for a season. 24, not 10. Then you have a 4-week break. Flash Gordon comes in, runs 24 weeks. 4-week break. House of Dragon season 2 comes back in. That's a year and a half right there of constantly new show. What does that do? It keeps people attached to the streaming platform, and it keeps bringing in new people to the platform. But instead, we're doing 10 weeks, wait a year and a half for the second season, wait a year and a half for the third season. And I'm like going, nobody's going to stick around for that. That's why we're losing so many people. And that's why we're not making any money on our streaming services. We've got to keep people here. We've got to keep people wanting to see these programs. And that is the main issue with our streaming service that we've got to fix, which we're not doing. Again, we're not doing this. David Zaslav, we're not doing this. We need to fix this. Now, let's move on. Let's move to Disney. And of course, last week The Acolyte came on. I tried to watch that show. Whoa, bad. This thing was so bad. I mean, it was terrible. Pacing was bad. Acting was bad. The story was really badly written. It's just bad all the way around. And yet you're spending $22 million an episode. Okay? $22 million. Okay? That's more than Godzilla Minus One cost to make the whole movie. $22 million, and you got this crap. Okay? And before anybody like the Mary Sue comes after me, or anybody on Twitter comes after me, or anybody comes online, let me explain something. Disney's already pulled product from their parks. Okay? Possibly in the next week or two, all action figures and everything will be marked down 70%. They've canceled season 2. Okay? That's already happened. This show is not doing good. And supposedly episode 3, which is coming out this week, is really supposed to just piss off everybody and destroy everybody because of what they're going to do. I'm not going to say what they're going to do because I ain't watching any more of it. I think it's just garbage. Okay? And I am a lifelong Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. Okay? But this was so badly written. You could have handed it to me. I could have given you the darkest dark side story you've ever seen in Star Wars. It would have scared the pants off people. It would have been the dark of the dark side. But instead, you went with this crap, and it is really badly written. The director is, I'm going to say it like this, equal to a college student. I mean, that's how bad she is. Okay? If you want to look how to introduce a new character, introduce or a villain or whatever, go watch Once Upon a Time in the West. The way they bring in Henry Fonda's character, the way they do things. Bar scene. Look at the bar scene at the watering hole in Once Upon a Time in the West when you first see the face of Charles Bronson and how it builds that up. Maybe you'll learn something because you were terrible at this. And I mean terrible. It was bad. And again, Disney, what are you doing? Don't you want to make money? Don't you want to be profitable? Because you're not doing it. You're not profitable in any shape, way, or form. You are terrible. You are doing such a bad job with this and with this programming. Let me explain something to Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Universal, Hasbro, and any other company that is out there that are making movies, TV shows, and like that. You are all hemorrhaging money like you can't believe. And just so you know, Alamo Drafthouse movie theater chain is closing all of their theaters in the DFW area, every one of them, in the next month because they're not making any money off the crap you're putting out. Okay? Nobody is making money. You're not doing the movies to make money. You're not doing the movies to get fans into the theaters. You're playing this DEI bullshit agenda that you're doing, and it is killing everything. Without profit, our companies are going to go under. Okay? And just so you know, Disney, I already know about 2 investors because you already lost Peltz. You already lost $1 billion with him. But there's 2 other investors you've got that I think between the 2 of them have between $10 and $12 billion. They're talking about pulling out. Okay? You cannot take a financial hit of $12 billion being taken out of your system. $12 billion taken out with no way to recover it. That's not a good scene. You need to stop. You need to focus on what you need to do to fix everything. Because Iger, you're not doing it. You're being stupid. And that goes for you too, Kathleen Kennedy. Either fix this mess or get the hell out. because you suck. I mean, personally, I'd have fired you a long time ago, but that's just me. I look at numbers, I look at facts, I look at profitability, and right now nobody's doing it. This summer looks terrible for everybody around. Movies, where are our big blockbusters? Where's everything at? That's not here. Nothing's here. There's nothing in June, nothing in July till the end of July. Because Twister's not going to do it, Bad Boys is not going to do it. Nothing that you got right now is going to do anything. You really should have thought this through and you didn't do it. Nope, you did not. Now, to continue on, Marvel, DC Comics. Because without Marvel and DC Comics, the comic book movies are done. I don't care what you think you are doing, they're done. If you don't believe me, look what happened to the video game that just got crushed, Suicide Squad. The studio that made it is probably going to go out of business. Why? Because we got to do stupid things. And of course, we did stupid things. I mean, seriously, come on. You need to quit giving failures more chances. They fail once, give them a second shot. They fail twice, that's it. Get done with them. Get them out of there. Get people in there that will be successful, that'll make money. Because right now, we're not making any money. Absolutely no money. We're not making anything. The only thing that's been successful this year so far has been Dune and Godzilla. That's it. Nothing else. Not a thing has been successful this year. Maybe Garfield. Garfield might make it. But everything else is crashing and burning. Everything. Theaters can't afford to do this. We can't afford to do this. Nobody can afford to do this. You have to take it and take responsibility and say, what we're doing is wrong. We're sorry. We're going to fix it. Please be with us. And start really fixing things. Because you're not doing that. I can tell you that right now. Comic books, DC Comics. What are you doing? Only Batman's in the top 150. Where's the rest of the books? Why are sales so far in the tank? Why isn't somebody taking responsibility? Yes, Jim Lee, I'm talking to you. Take responsibility, fix this mess. Because last report I got was the sales were worse than 1998. And we all know what happened in 97, 98. That's not a good year. Because if you don't know, Marvel filed bankruptcy that year. DC almost had to do it. And Marvel, you're not much better either. But yet we have Superman coming out next year. If Superman is not up in the top 50 in sales in comic books, James Gunn, your movie's going to bomb. Okay? You got one shot at this. You've got one shot to make this movie great. And if you don't, everything that DC has is going to tank. You cannot afford a failure with Superman. Not even close. Make sure you fix everything right before you put it out. Now, again, another movie that I'm pretty pissed about is Coyote versus Acme. What the fuck? It's done. It's been done. Throw it out there. Try to make some money off it. Don't just sit on it. What kind of crap is that? You know, I understand Batgirl sucked. Batgirl was bad and it wasn't finished and we tanked it off. That's great. But, I mean, come on. Looney Tunes? That's almost a surefire bet. But no, we won't do that either. We need people to be in our streaming services. We need people to be buying our movies on iTunes. We need people to be in the theaters. Because if we don't get this stuff done, we're going to be in trouble. Okay? I can tell you right now, what I am seeing at Hollywood right now, most of the writers are piss poor pathetic. Who give a shit if they were on strike? They're all sucked. I mean, look at it now. And Disney, you're at 4.8 million people viewing bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that. I am calling seriously bullshit on that because the demographics doesn't show it that way. But it's just like how you do your finances too. You lie every time you can about how you're making money and how you're spending money. Your show's going to tank. You've got to fix everything. Again, fix your mess. Now, again, House of the Dragons coming out this week. We're going to check it out and see how it's going on. We'll see what we can do. But I can tell you right now, we need more. We need a lot more. and Hasbro D&D. You guys need to pull your heads out of your asses and fix your things too, because you're losing billions of dollars just because of your stupidity. And Paramount, oh yeah, Paramount. Well, I'm not really worried about Paramount. It's fixing to get broken up into 3 different companies, so they're basically done. End of story. End of company. I told everybody, don't be stupid. Don't be like Warner MGM. But guess what? Paramount's going to end up just like MGM, broken apart because of their stupidity. Universal, you got Despicable 4 coming out. Hopefully they'll get you some money, because right now you are kicking the living shit out of Disney when it comes to animation. And speaking of animation, Disney, what the hell's going on with you guys? Oh, that's right, everybody's leaving. How many animators left this month? 30? 35? Several of them went over to DreamWorks? What is this? We're back in the 70s when animation is going down the toilet? You're supposed to be the big boys. You're supposed to be the king of the mountains, and you continually keep failing. And let's not talk about Pixar's debacle and their layoffs. Again, what are you guys doing? Oh, that's right. You're attacking fans. You're attacking people that are not marginalized. You're attacking your customer base. And it's costing you millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. You need to stop. You need to stop now. Like I said, I am a WBD investor. There's a reason why I'm at WBD, and that's because I love the company. Okay? Disney, I loved your company. But boy, there's no way I'm going to invest in your shit. You're too toxic. You're a bad investment. Very bad. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. And when it comes to comic books, again, we got to do something. Because right now, DC, Marvel, you guys are failing badly. You got to get your numbers up. You got to start selling books. And I mean really selling books. Because, let's face it, manga's kicking the shit out of you. Kicking the hell out of you. Right now, the top stuff being watched is manga and anime. That's just top 2. It's kind of sad that everything from Japan is what's taking over. And our studios are falling apart. We got to fix this. Again, we got to fix this mess. And when it comes to David Zaslav, the board, or anybody at Warner Brothers, I'm easy to contact. I know you talk to shareholders. Usually it's the top 15. And I'm not one of them. But you know what? I don't like seeing people lose their jobs. I don't like seeing companies go under. I like making money. I like making profit. I like giving bonuses to people who earned it. All you have to do is pick up the phone, call me. You have my address. You have my numbers. And you can reach me on social media. I'm around. So this week's edition of me bitching about Warner Brothers, bitching about Hollywood, well, looks like I'm going to be doing this every week until things change. I do hope you enjoy the video. If you have any questions, drop me a message. Also, subscribe. It helps. I mean, I'm small, but who knows? I may get a bigger channel. Maybe they'll listen to me. So share the video, subscribe to the channel, and possibly I'll see you next week. Till then, my name is James D. Lee. I am a WB investor and horror author, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.